and I'm one of the farmers with Mad Farmers Collective in Indianapolis, Indiana. We are an urban farm, so we're downtown Indianapolis, about 2 miles south of the city center. We have an acre and a half of our main site, which we've been on for 13 years. And we have a satellite site, which is now our home. We've been growing out for 2 years. So at our main site, which is an acre and a half, we have 4 small tunnels, unheated. We have, which are 15 by 48. So we have 4 medium tunnels, which are 14 by 80 or so. And then we have 1 larger tunnel, which is 30 by 48. And then at home, at our satellite farm, we have 2 tunnels, which are much bigger, much more efficient size, which are about 30 by 120. At this time, we have 2 farming partners, myself and Matthew Josie, and we have 4 part-time staff who work with us. The site we're on now, we have leased for 13 years from a nonprofit organization. It started with a community development group, and the ownership transferred to the city in our second season of growing. The city owned it for a couple years and then gave it to a nonprofit social service agency. And they have an on-site facility here and do a program here on-site but unrelated to us. So we lease from them. Our other site where we have some the larger high tunnels and might do a nursery in the future is a couple acres, and we now own that. Our mission here with Mad Farmers Collective is to grow as much food as we possibly can, be a sustainable business, and contribute to the community. And it's as simple as that. We've done different things over the years to reach that mission, to achieve that mission, but it's evolved, and we don't do any one set thing except for growing and selling food. But over the years, we've hosted, in the early years of the farm, we were able to host a youth program. We've hosted gobs of tours, and we've been involved with kind of the network of urban farms in Indianapolis. So helping to coach others, or helping to get them plants when they need it, or just participating in kind of the informal network of all the other growers in the city, especially nonprofits and other folks who are just starting up. So we've been involved with lots of programs through Purdue Extension, and we really like to do that, to share what we're learning along the way. We were involved with starting the farmers market in our community. When I first started this farm, there was no Saturday morning place to go sell our food, and some neighbors and folks in a neighborhood just south of here joined together, and they started a market. And so we kind of help be anchor vendors as they were building it up, and now they've built it into a beautiful community institution, which will hopefully be around a while. So, our mission is just to be here in the city and to expose people to agriculture, hopefully by having a sustainable business that has, the best quality food that we can grow. Our food goes out to, I think, 3 main outlets. We always do a Saturday morning farmers market. In the summer, it's in Garfield Park, and in the winter, we do the Indy Winter Farmers Market. And so we do that. Now we're almost year-round with that. So 48-ish weeks a year, we get out to the markets. We have an online store, which we started in March of 2020. So we've found a good following with that. And so we, twice a week, open that store up, and folks can order what they want and pick up here on the farm. So a little bit like a CSA, but the customers can choose what they want. And then our third outlet is just lots of small businesses around town, and that it changes seasonally almost, depending on what restaurants and small markets are opening and closing, and chefs going here and there. But we found really that's been a really good market for us as well. And that's really grown in Indianapolis in the past 10 or 15 years. Even though we're surrounded by a city, we definitely are not exempt from all the agricultural pests that I think any vegetable farm deals with. So we fight flea beetles, and we'd use Protect Net for that. So nothing, arugula or brassica goes in the ground without Protect Net for the whole life of it. And that's the really fine mesh one. We have cucumber beetles like crazy. We've found sticky traps with the lures have worked really well to decrease that population over time. We still fight them every year, but much less than we used to. We use sticky traps for a lot of different pests that we have. So we've battled a pepper weevil that we found a sticky trap that works well for. We're working on the tomato pinworm right now, and hopefully the trap and lure are working to decrease that pest population. We use a lure and trap for squash vine borer. We use netting for several other things, so we use that to exclude the fly with the carrot weevil. We use the netting for obviously the brassica caterpillars and moths that can get in there. So we use a variety of approaches, obviously. So exclusion netting is a big one, different mesh sizes. The sticky traps are a big one. We will use organic sprays if we need to. We tend to be not as proactive as we should be on that, I think. And now we're working with Purdue to try out some of the different beneficials to release. And then we just also don't hesitate to pull a crop. Our plans for the farm for the future are uncertain. So we have a site here that we don't own and we've been working on for 13 years. And so our lease is year to year, so we're not really sure how long this site will be. We do have land that we own now. And so we really have to we're really kind of in a little bit of a decision phase here for the next year or two. We've built up a business that's relatively stable, and it's still a lot of hard work and a lot of variables that we can't control. So yeah, we're working through that. We would like, no matter what scale our vegetable operation is, we would like to build up our on-farm nursery and plant sales. That's been something that we've had a lot of success at and we enjoy. So we'd like to evolve in that direction, and beyond that, we'll have to see. To stay connected with us, with Matthew and I, Mad Farmers Collective, you can always contact us through madfarmersindy.com, and our email is farmers@madfarmersindy.com. Stop by the markets. People can stop by here at the farm. We're usually here, someone's usually here, or set up a visit with us.